What is up, you guys? My name is Marcellus, and today I'm going to bring you the first of many to come Dragon Ball Z manga reviews. Now, before I start and get down into the actual review, I want you guys to know that I've had this idea for about a couple weeks after JimsNerdNation started his One Piece thing. But a lot of people decided to get on the train, and I have no problem with that. I know a lot of people will call this unoriginal. I know a lot of people will say I'm copying JimsNerdNation, but I thought this would be an excellent way to go over a series I had never grasped as a whole. So yeah, shout out to JimsNerdNation for inspiring a lot of us to do this. Now, Dragon Ball Z itself is not a manga. Dragon Ball is. So if you want to start where Dragon Ball Z, the anime, starts off, you might want to go to Dragon Ball Chapter 195, and that's where I started. So the chapter starts off with a man in the field, farming, doing his thing, and he sees something that he thinks is a meteor crash into the earth. And instead of doing the smart thing, calling the police, or turning the opposite way, turning his cheek to it, the dude goes and says, I have to check it out. I have to see what it is. And he finds out that it is not a meteor. It is some kind of space pod. And as I know, because I'm not going to act like I don't know certain things about the series, I do know a fair amount about Dragon Ball Z, but I do want to go over it. That's why I'm doing this whole thing. Radix emerges out from the pod. And Radix is basically tempted, basically dishonored and, disgusted that this planet is still alive. And he says, the inhabitants of this planet are weak and pathetic. And he kills off the farmer immediately after the farmer tries to shoot him with a bullet, and Radix catches the bullet and flings it back at him. At that point, Radix decides to, follow the closest high power level, which he finds out to be Piccolo. And Piccolo is pretty much standing in the middle of nowhere. And Radix says, "Oh, well, you're not Kakarot." And Piccolo thinks his son Goku headed to him, but it's not. And he says, you're not Kakarot. And they have an altercation. And the thing is, Piccolo basically says, I don't know who the hell you think you're talking to, but shit's about to go down. And basically, Piccolo hits him with everything he has, an energy blast. And Radix does not move. Radix is like, that's a cute display of dust. That's cute. Now it's my turn. And before he gets his own, move off, he senses another power level that is a couple thousand miles away from him. And he says that it's the highest power level on the planet. And he knows for a fact that's Kakarot. And while he's leaving, Piccolo has time to think to himself, this dude did not move. And I was petrified. I could not move. I didn't know what to do, That was crazy. And pretty much, I guess he's wondering who that dude is. And while Radix is flying over to Goku, he says that, you have dishonored us, the mightiest race in the universe, the Saiyans. And the chapter ends. Now, again, I do know a lot about Dragon Ball Z. I do know what certain things happen, but I've never seen the series as a whole. I've never watched the full anime. I've seen certain battles and certain arcs. But that's just about it. So to go over the whole series, I'm going to do this manga thing, even because I want to see what Toriyama wrote. Instead of, going over the full anime, I want to see non-filtered, straight out of the mind of Toriyama, what he had for us with Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah, I'll be doing this a lot. I'll probably do it on a weekly basis, depending on how big this gets. If it stays small, like fucking 30 views, then I'm not going to keep doing this. Because I want to put in effort to something that is getting views and people are noticing it. I don't want to put in work into anything that's not being noticed. So, yeah. Dragon Ball Z, the first chapter. Again, if you want to read Dragon Ball Z, go to chapter 195 of Dragon Ball. You can read it on mangahere.com, where I'm reading it from. And, of course, you guys, do not forget to subscribe. Comment down below what you think about Dragon Ball Z as a whole, or, basically everybody doing this, starting from chapter 1 thing and going on. And I will see you guys later.